Bradford City v Swindon Town match preview. Let me know your score predictions in the comments down below, and also mention who you think is going to score the goals for City. I'll see you after the intro. So it's the Bradford City v Swindon Town match preview. Let's get straight into what Mark Hughes said before the game. He said that he's pleased with the training in this week he's had. He said it'll take a long time for us to get used to each other and get used to my ways of playing football, so it'll be a very slow progress. He says he's going to focus on more ball retention and control in the matches that we have. He said it's very chaotic when we play football. We seem to put too much effort in and it becomes a very chaotic football pitch, which to some extent I do agree with. I do agree that we do try too hard sometimes, where we're putting too much effort in, and then it becomes very sloppy because of the chaos it causes. He also mentioned how Hodges is a very good coach, which is good for us because we've struggled with good coaches. He said he's very good at training, he's very good at recruitment, and he's been there at the top level, and he's been now in League One and the Championship, he said. So yeah, and he said he don't want to force players back from injury, and he wants to ease them back into a team. And I think he's probably focusing on Jamie Walker here when he got asked about Jamie Walker, and he said he probably is in contention. He's probably a doubt, but he don't want to rush anyone back, which is good because we do get too many injuries in a season, and I think this is mainly the reason we just rush them back. He also said about Alex Gilliard putting great effort in, and that's why he can play in many positions because he's a footballer. Meaning, you know, he's very technical and he's a good player. He also said he wants us to become unpredictable, which don't mean changing the formation up, which I really don't like when managers change the formations all the time, because how can the players get used to a system? How can they know what their balls are when it's constantly changing? So and in terms of team use, I do think that he will just stay with the same team, the 5-3-2, and I can't see much change in that team because he said he don't want to change it too much, and he don't want to lose relationships in the group. He just wants to know everyone on a serious level, and and he said it'd be really unfair to do that. And he also said British coaches are not as attractive. Now, I don't really understand this because he did get the Man City job and he was their marquee, that was like their first manager on it, so I don't really understand that. And there aren't many managers who have gone abroad like Bobby Robson, so I just don't think many British managers are appealing, like he said, but that's probably because of the football they play, and it's different style of football over there, because I can't see Sean Dyche managing Barcelona anytime soon, put it that way. But I think we will see with Graham Potter and how he's doing. But anyway, back to City. So that's what Mark Hughes had to say before the game. Swindon now are the second best away team in the league, with a game in hand on Forest Green. So it's very much like playing Mansfield again, where they're on a great run. And they're 8th, 1 point behind 7th, with 52 points, 7th being Mansfield. They lost 2-1 to Salford in that last game. Obviously a poor result for them. It means they're really in doubt of getting playoffs. But they seem really good away and quite poor at home. We beat them at home, 3-1. Robinson with a brilliant goal, that's definitely goal of the season, no doubt about it. And Lavery scored a good goal in the game as well, so could we see them two playing? It was the best game Adams had by far, because not only was it a good win, good result, but he got it right man management. He made subs, he was bringing players off and bringing other players off, and then the 5 off coming on. And we got that game really right. They dominated us on possession though, which they have been doing a lot this season. They had 74 possession to our 26. But going forward, we took our chances really well, and we looked like the shackles were off us going forward. And it was a good game, and it was probably one of our better ones. That and Stevenage, I think, probably Adams is best. But can we end this bad losing run we're on? Well, we have beaten them 13 times in our history. They've beat us 15 times in our history, and we've drawn 13 times in history, so it's very even, but we haven't lost against them in 4, which a couple of them in League 1, so yeah, and I don't know, but they are a good team, especially away. I don't expect us to win, I don't expect us to get much from this game, but I think the momentum, the week in training, the excitement around the club, Mark Hughes getting a bit more down of his identity into that team, we might just get something. You never know. But they've got 2 good players in their team. Harry McCurdy, 14 goals, 7 assists. He's had a really good season. He'll be up there for player of the season, definitely. And he scored on the weekend, I think. He might have. It were a corner head if he did. And Joseph Wollacott, he's got the joint second most saves in the league. So it's going to be tough to get past, isn't it? But Walker, in terms of injuries, Walker's also doubtful, like I said earlier. But yeah, I think the team will be very much like last week, the 5-2-3. Maybe 1 or 2 changes, but I can't see much from that. But my team I'd probably go with a 4-4-2, but it'd be Bass in goal, Hendry or Connor Songo Folds, even though he made a mistake. But I don't see Folds as a left-sided centre-back, especially as Gilead as left wing back, because he don't cover for him and they left him really exposed. But I'd keep Gilead in the team as a left-sided midfielder. I'd also put Sutton and Watt in midfield, just because Watt's got that ability to play a diagonal on the end. I think it's a real quality of his where he can do that. He just don't do it enough, and then when he does seem to get a flow going of doing it, it goes out of play. But I think if we get more bodies out wide, he will do it more. I also think the only problem is the wingers, isn't it? I do think that could be a reason why he sticks with a 5-2-3, 5-2-1-2, 5-3-2. I think he'll stick with that because the wingers, we haven't got many wingers in the club, and if you're playing someone on that right side, it has to be either Delfonso or Gareth Evans. I'd pick Gareth Evans because I do think he's more of a winger, and he has got a good cross in him, like you saw on the weekend where he crossed it right on Andy Cook's head, and 9 times out of 10 it goes in. But a brilliant save by Mansfield's number 1. But I think, and then I'll go Lavery and Cook up front, maybe even Robinson for Cook. I do think Cook needs a bit of time off, actually, just to sort of figure himself out, because he puts a lot of effort in, but he's not getting any rewards, and I would say he's a bit overweight, like many fans are saying. He does look a bit overweight, but he always has been. You look at when he was at Tranmere and places like that, he does have a bit of a bump, but I think he's a really good player, Andy Cook. He puts loads of effort in, don't get anything back for it, and I just think he needs a bit of time to sort his head out. But I would probably go for him over Robinson because of his ability. I'd probably say it's better than Robinson's, but I'd say that's my team. But I would probably, I won't be against for the 5-2-3-2 because we haven't got any out and out wingers really. I mean, it's either Evans or Delfonso, but this I would say on Delfonso, he could be used as that right midfielder, right winger, which we have seen a bit of time with on the wing and didn't impressed. But he did use Jonathan Walters out on that side in a very similar role before the signed Shaqiri. And this could be something that he goes for, but I can see it for about a month being more or less the same team week in, week out. Maybe the odd changes, but I can't see him changing much. I think he'll be able to decide that on training. But anyway, let me know your score predictions, like I said earlier, and hopefully City win. Have a good one.